MGF Customs / reviews.
What's going on, guys? It's Michael MGF, and today we're doing the next LEGO DC Universe Superheroes Man of Steel review on the Superman Black Zero Escape. The set number for this one is 76009. It has 168 pieces, and the recommended ages are 6 through 12. Now, for just $8 more than the Metropolis Showdown, this one goes for $20 at Walmart right now. And I mean, honestly, for $8, that is definitely a very fair price point, because you get a brand new Lois Lane minifigure inside the awesomely designed pod, and you get General Zod with a brand new pistol and just overall fantastically designed and new armor. So honestly, I think for $8 more, this is definitely a worthy buy if you have the extra money and would rather skip the Metropolis Showdown over this, because this is just fantastic. And you also get a nice little sliding door, which can definitely help out with playability. And then the pod, I'm just in love with the design of the pod, very cool. And then you also get the comic book, and you only get a comic book with this set and the Battle of Smallville, so that's another advantage over getting this rather than the Metropolis Showdown. So definitely I would prefer this set, but we're going to go ahead and get into the details just as to why I prefer this set. But first, we're going to take a look at the minifigures, box, instruction manual, comic book, and extra pieces before we move on to the actual set. Now, really, I mean, it shouldn't be that bad. I mean, the actual set, you just get a nice escape pod and then a cool little command station. So don't worry, it probably won't take that long to review the actual set, but hey, I mean, there's a lot to this set, not just the actual structures, so yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at those minifigures. I've already shown you the Man of Steel Superman like twice, so I figured I'd go ahead and start with General Zod this time. And you see General Zod, this is the exact same version that we got from the Metropolis Showdown, except this one comes with a lot of benefits, and those benefits include some absolutely incredible armor that I don't actually have the figure on, that I don't actually have on the figure right now, because honestly this is going to take a while to go over, so I figured I'd just leave it off for the time being, so I'll get to it in a second. But as you can see, this General Zod is fantastic. The printing on the torso is very awesome and very accurate. The gray and silver combination on the black suit definitely looks great. Just some overall great colors on this figure. And then easily a highlight of this figure is not only the cape that he comes with, but this brand new pistol. And this pistol is completely new. It only comes in this set, the Metropolis Showdown, or not the Metropolis Showdown, but the Black Zero Escape and the Battle of Smallville. And this is a totally new pistol, newly introduced in the Man of Steel line, and it looks fantastic. It looks a lot better than the Alien Conquest pistol, and honestly, I'd welcome this one a lot more over it. So hopefully, LEGO will make this one the popular pistol of their choice rather than the Alien Conquest pistol, because this one just actually looks like a gun. So, definitely a great new design that I hope we'll see more often in the future. But then you can see the back of the torso does in fact have its own amount of detail, which also looks very nice. You can see some gray lining here to represent his bone structure. And then you can see the head definitely represents Michael Shannon very nicely with the beard, the overall pose of the eyebrows just looks great. But however, the hairpiece is not exactly the most accurate hairpiece that they could have chosen. I mean, they could have made a new hairpiece for the figure, they really could have, but I mean, either way, this hairpiece works. It's not like it ruins the figure, it's still alright. But then you can see the opposite side of the head does in fact have the heat vision face that we all know and love. And honestly, I really like the heat vision face. It definitely looks really cool. And honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, I almost feel like I prefer these over the standard ones. It's just really cool, the heat vision faces. But let's go ahead and put this monstrosity of awesomeness that I just dropped onto the figure, because it is definitely really awesome. Now this armor, me gusta. That's all I can say. This is just phenomenally detailed. I absolutely am in love with it. This is just a fantastic design, and man, I wish we would see more figures like this in the future. I mean, this looks like something Andrew from Brick Affliction would make. Like, this is just really nicely detailed, and then how the printing shows up in various areas, like here and in the little grill right there, the little indents, definitely looks fantastic, and I am in love with the design of this armor. And I said that already, but I mean, hey, I just, it's awesome. And then you can see the helmet. Unfortunately, when the helmet is in fact on the armor, when the you know, the torso armor is on, the helmet cannot move. However, the helmet is in fact removable. And as you can see, General Zod fits very nicely in there, but I mean, the problem with this is, it's very hard to get his head out. I mean, it's not exactly easy. Like, you see, I kind of have to put a little bit of force into it to get his head out. Now, if you guys have seen if you guys have seen reviews for the Battle of Smallville, and I'll be reviewing that set very soon, you'll know that the Feora minifigure has a lot of trouble getting her head out of her armor. And I just kind of wish that, despite this armor is really amazing, I just wish that it was a little bit easier to get our minifigure heads out of it, because Feora, you nearly have to damage the head to get her head out of it. So I mean, that's something I kind of have to complain about. But I mean, and then another thing is the fact that this visor right here on his helmet should in fact be translucent, and we should be able to see General Zod underneath this helmet. If you've seen the trailers, you'll know what I mean. But instead, LEGO decided to skip out on that and just give us little indents representing eye holes. But I mean, other than those two problems, this is phenomenal, and we couldn't have asked for anything better aside from those two flaws. So, there's the new General Zod. Okay. Now here we go with the same Superman that is pretty much included with all three of these sets, and I can't say I don't like the figure. It's a great representation of the Man of Steel variant of Superman. I mean, it's definitely very accurate, and definitely represents Henry Cavill's version of Man of Steel, or, you know, the Man of Steel Superman very nicely. And you can see the head is in fact very nice, and it does represent Henry Cavill very nicely. And some of you were saying that it is not in fact new, but if you compare the two, compared to the previous Superman that we got in the Power Armor Lex set, you will notice there are some differences between this face and that one. And also you do get the Heat Vision head on the opposite side, which is also completely new, and I'm definitely very fond of those heads, as the Heat Vision is definitely portrayed very nicely with the red eyes. And then you can see the Superman logo, and just overall the level of detail on that torso is very nice. And then he has the standard red cape, which is pretty cool. And then you can see if we go ahead and flip the cape around, you can see that he does in fact have double-sided printing on his torso, and pretty much the amount of awesomeness does continue to the other side. And yeah, other than that, you get the same exact Superman hairpiece that we got with previous sets. Now, I kind of wish LEGO would have made a new hairpiece, because he doesn't in fact have this little strand of hair coming down like he has in the comics and previous films and everything, but I mean, hey, it still looks like a very nice Superman minifigure, and definitely I'd have to prefer this one over the previous. And then, of course, you have some fairly decent printing on the legs. So, there's the Man of Steel variant of Superman. Now, does that look like Amy Adams to you? I mean, because I certainly don't think so. I don't see Amy Adams there. I really don't. Even though this is the first official LEGO Lois Lane minifigure, if LEGO was trying to go with making Amy Adams, they succeeded on the entire figure except for the face. It's these little markings right here that make the figure look older than the character actually is. And they did the same thing with the Avengers Black Widow, and it could have easily been avoided. So, I mean, that just kind of dumbs down the figure for me, but as you can see, the hair is in fact accurate to the hairstyle that Lois will have in the film. You can see that the facial expression on the front, I mean, it's a good face. It's just if they didn't include these, it would have definitely been better. But if you guys don't know, you can actually take a pencil eraser, and if you rub at it for a while, you can actually erase these markings. And yeah. Then you can see the opposite side, we do get another facial expression, which is pretty cool. As you can see, she's rather upset and terrified, because she's probably falling out of a Kryptonian ship down onto the surface of Earth. You can see that the detail on the back of the torso isn't exactly that intense, but you can see the outfit definitely looks very nice on the front, as you have the exposed skin and all the feminine effects that a female character should have and always have. And you can see she does in fact have the dark blue legs to represent jeans, and yeah, and then she has the white arms. And honestly, if you guys saw the new Man of Steel trailer at the very end, we got to see a good look at Lois's outfit, and this is accurate. And other than the face, it's a great Lois Lane minifigure. The box is definitely a proper size. As you can see, the box art is also very nice. Definitely looks pretty cool. Kind of looks like it's going on in almost what appears to be like a water kind of scene. So who knows what that'll be in the actual film. But as you can see, you got the minifigures included here. And you can see the comic book included, little bubble right there, and the Man of Steel logo. And then you got information on all sides, of course. You have the actual size reference on the top. And then you have more information here with the pretty cool 2D renders of Superman for this line. And then the back of the box, you can see you have all the features that I'm just about to show you. And yeah, definitely a pretty cool box. So moving on with the instruction manual. The instruction manual is a fairly decent size. It's actually relatively thick for a rather small set, considering this set only has 168 pieces, only like 40 or so, 40 something more than the Metropolis Showdown. But definitely a surprisingly lengthy instruction manual, because really there isn't a whole lot. I guess it's the escape pod that really takes up the general mass of the instruction manual, but definitely a pretty cool one. And then you can see you have the same advertisements as the Metropolis Showdown right here, and the rest of the line with the upcoming LEGO Batman board game. And please, I hope LEGO is hinting at a future Nightwing and Batgirl. That would be amazing. LEGO fans have been waiting too long for those to be made. And then there's the 2D art of Superman. So pretty cool there. And then we have the comic book. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, this is actually the first time I'm taking a look at this. But be warned, this could have spoilers, potential spoilers for the upcoming Man of Steel film. So if you don't want to see what's in here, please do skip ahead a little bit and you'll be fine, okay? So just be warned there. Alright, so here we go with the first page. Definitely some nice art going on here. You can see just overall a really cool little LEGO comic. Mainly just sound effects on that page. It really, I mean, what's different about these LEGO sets is that they just really express sound effects rather than like actual words, I noticed with these comic books. And do you guys notice how Superman has the wrong hairpiece in this entire comic book? I think that's kind of strange, considering he doesn't actually have, that's not the actual hairpiece that he comes with. But who knows, maybe that was an early on thing that LEGO couldn't go back and change. He might have actually like been originally you know, like scripted to have that hairpiece that you just saw in that comic rather than the one he has. But anyway, then you can see the back right there. Definitely pretty cool seeing all the new Man of Steel figures on the back of the comic books. So that's pretty cool. And real quick, we have the extra pieces for this set, and you can see that they are, I guess, relatively useful. You get some extra studs, an extra claw piece, a connector, and a dish. So other than that, there aren't any. That's pretty much it for the extra pieces. So now onto the actual set. So as you can see, this set isn't exactly the most complex that we've gotten for this value. It's obviously a more of a playset than anything, but that's okay because it definitely works, and LEGO gives compliments to their teenage fans and adult fans with this escape pod because it's definitely very nicely designed and just overall very explicit. And you can see pretty much the design of this thing is just, like I said, it's just really nice, and definitely I really like the overall green and gray and black concept. It's very like Kryptonian-like, just very cool. And you can see, of course, LEGO has to throw them in there somewhere. They're almost like flick-fire missiles now, the Alien Conquest pistols. And honestly, I don't mind if they're on vehicles, but just don't give them the figures, so LEGO wins there. But the cockpit does in fact open up from the bottom rather than the top, which is pretty cool. And you can see, if we go ahead and remove Lois, you can see the interior of this thing is also very nice, and you can in fact go ahead and bend the seat. So that is in fact very cool. So just cool little feature there. But yeah, so moving on with, actually let's go ahead and put Lois back in here. And move Superman out of the way. So the actual like command station here, oh, I didn't even bring it up actually, the stickers on this thing. There's a sticker here, a sticker here, a sticker here, and a sticker here. And while I'm holding the thing, I might as well give a little bit more recognition to its detail. Very nice engines, look very cool, love that design, and they are bendable, so that's also very nice. And then what's cool about this is underneath these pieces, there's actually some detail. For whatever reason, LEGO decided to cover up with these angular pieces with stickers on them. I don't know why, but I mean, either way, definitely a very, very cool design, so pretty awesome. And then the command station, you can see that this one is obviously nothing too insane. I mean, it doesn't even look natural, but either way, it's alright. So the stickers on this one, you have a sticker here, a sticker here, pretty cool little sticker there, definitely nice control panel piece, a sticker here, and a sticker here. So quite a few stickers in this set, but I never really have a problem with them, so I'm not going to complain. You can see that this, like, pretty much, this is kind of like a walkway, I guess. I don't know if this is either a ladder or a walkway. I don't know what it is, really. But pretty much it can, in fact, bend, and what I'm showing you right now are pretty much its restrictions. So, yeah, pretty cool little pathway, I guess. Moving on, you can see that it does, in fact, have a opening door. So that's pretty cool. You can see it's a sliding door, and I don't know what the purpose of this was, but hey, we don't really see sliding doors a lot in LEGO sets, so pretty cool either way. Then you can see if we go ahead and zoom in here, pretty much what stops it from going too far. You can see this little black post right there is what stops the door from going too far or falling out of place. So definitely pretty handy there. But then you can see there is, of course, a set of flick fire missiles right here, and they are actually pretty nice. I mean, I don't mind flick fire missiles, but especially I don't really mind them at all when they have an actual mechanism that fires them. So as you can see, this mechanism can pretty much bend up and down, so that is pretty awesome. And this mechanism is pretty much you pull back this lever here and both flick fire missiles will fire. And unlike previous flick fire missiles, these ones are not actually attached to the two slots. They are just kind of hanging in there until you fire them. So let's go ahead and line up the shot, put the Superman right there, and just with a pull of this lever, we can in fact take him out. Or at least try to. Let's go ahead and do that again, because the first time I recorded this review, I actually managed to do it. So let's try one more time. A little bit more force. There we go. Kind of bounced off the wall and then hit him again, but works either way. That is definitely pretty awesome. And I don't mind flick fire missiles, like I said, especially when they are effective. So, yeah, other than that, there really isn't much else to this thing. Here's the underside of it. There's not much else, not much going on there. But yeah, so really that's it for the actual set. Nothing else to go over. It's a pretty cool, nice little play set. I mean, honestly, the reason you're going to want to get this set is obviously for the figures, but if you want this for the actual set, definitely the highlight of that would have to be the pod, because it is very awesome. So, there's the actual set. No. Why?
Hey.
Lois, you're alive! Alright guys, so that about wraps it up for the second of the 3 LEGO DC Universe Superheroes Man of Steel reviews. And these sets are great. I'm definitely enjoying reviewing them, and I hope you are enjoying the reviews yourself. And if you are, be sure to leave this video a like, as it does pretty much let me know that you guys would like to see more of these reviews in the future. And if you found this review informative, be sure to let me know how in the comments section below. And yeah, so I definitely recommend this set. For 20 bucks, you get your money's worth. You get a fantastic General Zod minifigure with this fantastic armor, and of course you get the benefit of getting the cape, and then you get the Lois Lane minifigure. This is the only set that Lois comes in, so that's another reason to get this set, and then also just some nice playability features if that's what you want to buy it for. So I'd have to recommend this set to anyone. I don't really have any complaints. I mean, I used to be a little bit naive about LEGO making so many pretty much play sets. That's pretty much the kind of sets that LEGO is fond of making now. But I mean, I kind of learned to accept it, so that's why I don't have any complaints on this set, and I definitely think it's a worthy buy. So I'm going to end it off at that note, and I'll see you later. Alright, bye! Like Amy Adams? I mean, because I certainly don't think so. It really, gosh damn it. For superheroes review. Didn't mention Man of Steel. Review on the Black Superman Black Zero Escape, Ross. Continuing doing the next LEGO gosh damn it. Gosh damn it, I have paint all over my fingers. I didn't even notice.